Alright, good morning everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Mukluk Streams. I'm your charming, self-proclaimed, yet still humble host Mukluk, and today we are back in the not-so-wonderful world of Warhammer. Going to pick up where we left off yesterday in the Forests of Janus. And we actually have a new teammate. We got a sniper lady that has so far died in every combat. Not sure how I feel about her. Alright, so like last time we had a huge fight here. We actually got total party wiped there and had to redo it. I had to do the fight twice. The weathered runes are completely
Curiosity sings in my veins.
I have learned much in my
Happy
exile.
holidays, everyone.
Hey, Soy Sox, thank you. Xenos trap. So I guess it's like made by her people.
Officially on winter break, so I am ready to be entertained by my favorite potato, Mukluk dancing.
I am ready to jingle some keys for you. Welcome,
A
Press.
soldier would have been disciplined for such a performance.
I'm still new to the art of exploring.
Oh my god.
Been accomplished easily.
I don't know why we didn't take damage from that, but I'll take it. Alright, let's see. From newest, what did we just pick up? M40 autogun. As burst fire and single shot. 12 range.
Lesson learned.
You just failed a 90%
Compared to
chance
naval
to go
service,
down a cliff.
that was barely a
It's
challenge.
just gravity. Was that the new stream intro? It was! I hope you enjoyed it.
Of the world, I am the road.
The plant is covered in
friend.
pulsating purple spots. Young shoots are already covered in similar marks. Clearly a sign of mutation, not a disease. Yeah, that was a new intro. That was made by the combined efforts of quite a few people, but we unveiled it last night for the very first time. Oh my gosh, what are these
Oh,
things?
you poor souls!
These creatures are once so timid, so reticent. Could the seed of evil truly have taken root in them as well? You have been ambushed. The battle begins.
What if...
I understand your intent.
Alright, let's see. Rear is plus range, plus damage.
I will not. That is beneath me. If it serves your
Put it
cause.
there. Okay.
I am not your Xenos pet monkey.
Diabolard, thank you for the bits. Welcome. T4 says starting early today. No, this is normal time. This is standard.
If I must.
Pain
Ah!
and beauty go hand in hand.
Alright, have her back up there. Let's see, that'll do 12 to 17. We'll do 12 to 18 with much lower chance to hit.
Rejoice in battle. I'll do it.
Alright, run and gun
As
for
the
another
Emperor
shot.
commands, I act.
That was 95% chance, you
Faith
serious?
without deeds is worthless.
Goodness gracious.
Binary override. The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
Parried the second hit.
I'm not accustomed as duty demands.
Alright, that takes one of them down. Who do we give an extra turn to?
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Doubt is
Genta?
as the Emperor commands, I act.
Alright, Abelard's turn. Let's have him
Victory
taunt.
is imminent. I will do
Wall
my
of
duty.
Rockreach and Endure.
A
Use fuel
genius
on
at
Abelard.
work. Let's see.
Permadot on that thing.
A wicked thought.
Me. You
Call to my
insist, Lord
days.
Captain. If I may.
I am not your Xenos pet, monkey.
Good parry. Good parry.
I'll do it.
Nice. Oh wow, she cut it in half. Good morning. I would love a CRPG with the same engine, but Warhammer Fantasy.
Nyavila
Fair.
gifted a tier 1 sub to Scum Hitman. They have given 416 gift subs in the channel.
Thank you, Niavalar. XCOM Hitman. From the 95% fail. Radio Swimmer says, first time watching on YouTube. What game is this? Hello. This is Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. This game came out just a week or two ago. It is made by the same people who made Pathfinder Kingmaker and Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. So, classic RPG, turn-based in combat, very XCOM-ish in combat. Out of combat, there is dice rolling, there is conversations, dialogue, stuff like that. Yerliet's usually dispassionate face is contorted in a grimace of pain and rage. Your Elucidator activates when she begins speaking in her own language.
Nyavila gifted a tier 1 sub to Choo Choo. They have given 417 gift subs in
I
the
swear
channel.
on Cain's Riven's heart. Moiran, you will pay for your treachery. May Morai Heg sunder your fate and cast it away. May the blood of Eldenash flood your throat. I don't really like any of these options. I don't know who you're talking about, but I'll promise I'll gladly help you pour the cup of suffering down their throat. Yerliet closes her eyes, sucks in a breath through her teeth, and quickly murmurs something. When she opens her eyes, her face is once again a mask of cool serenity. She looks at you and begins to speak, this time in low Gothic. Please excuse me, Ellen Talk. I allowed the turmoil in my soul to win out over reason. A slip like that could cost me more than you can even imagine. My very soul. I must be more careful, even in the face of treachery. Who is Moran? What treachery are you talking about? Moran is the one responsible for the rebellions against the ruler of Janus, but allow me to tell you everything from the beginning. Yeah, it's about freaking time. Radio says I'm used to the Twitch tags, but work doesn't block YouTube. It does block Twitch. Whatever works for you. That's the thing. One of the things I like most about streaming on two platforms is people can just choose the one that they like the most. We call ourselves the Children of Assyrian. Eldari is another name of ours. We're the echoes of the great empire that once ruled the galaxy and created new worlds. The planet you call Janus is one such maiden world, the Lalathan. A haven that our ancestors made for their kin. For many millennia, only the shadows of our predecessors lived among the ruins, until you humans came here. We are the heirs, and we are entirely within our rights to call the maiden world our own. However, our arrival is a tragedy, not a homecoming. Sorrow seeps into Yerliet's voice. We belonged to Craft World Cruderok, which fell on the border of this star region. Only the providence of the merciful gods allowed us to escape the fate that befell those whose souls perished amidst the stardust with our abode. Destroying an Eldari craft world is a serious achievement. I'd like to shake the hand of whoever did it. Abelard, time and place, holy crap. She's like, yeah, my home was destroyed. He's like, wow, that's impressive. Who did that? His green visor flashing with interest. Pascal carefully clarifies. Which border exactly? You don't need to know that, Iron Monkey. I'm well aware of your looting practices. After the calamity, the Lilathan offered my kin a sanctuary, a place of respite in the ruins of our ancestors, under the canopy of the forest created by the wisdom of our world singers, living alongside your kind who reap the fruits of our labor with such vulgarity. Why did your own kind attack you? I know not the answer to that question. Yurliet lowers her head. Many cycles have passed since I departed these forests and my kin. They cannot have forgotten me, can they? How are your kin connected to the uprising on the planet? The Asiani do not enter battles they cannot win. However, it is in our power to direct the current so that the elements themselves wash obstacles and enemies from our path. And so it was in this case. Marron, the Farseer from Kruderok, saw a future without the monkey, so we followed his lead. We simply used the monkey's passions against them, their love of freedom and anarchy, their love of domination and violence. Stoking enmity between servants and rulers is easier when your targets are governed by emotion rather than reason. My kin became military advisors to the monkey, who rose up among the rulers of this world. I had a different mission, become Vistenza's handler, since the rebels would be unable to get to her until both sides were sufficiently weakened. The ruler of the humans had never seen a child of Assyrian before, so she accepted the lie about a degenerate branch of monkey dwelling far from her own kind. Why are you telling me this? What's brought on this candor? Elentok, your arrival has thrown my paths into disarray and lifted the veil on the truth that had once been hidden from me. While I am shadowing the humans' ruler, I failed to see the signs. Signs that there was another threat looming over the Lilathan besides the monkey's deeds. The threat should be familiar to you as it is to other intelligent species in the galaxy. We call it Silanthresh, she who thirsts, goddess of chaos. Is that Slaanesh? Xenos has succeeded. Silanthresh and She Who Thirsts are the names of the Eldari given to the chaos god Slaanesh. Yep! Their ultimate enemy. Slaanesh is the god of passion, excess, and forbidden pleasures, and is known for their fickle and treacherous nature. The monkey are weak in spirit. They're susceptible to the propositions of She Who Thirsts, and in their drive to attain her poisoned gifts, they perform perverse rituals in her name. Rituals that require sacrifices, like the monkey who were brought to the palace and never seen again. The Lilathan's world spirit senses the threat and resists as much as it is able. The living things that inhabit this world are becoming its weapons, weapons turned against the monkey. Poisonous plants, rabid beasts, these are all like a blade in the Lilathan's hand as she fights the coming of Silanthresh. The signs that have been revealed to me, they all indicate the presence of corruption in this world. Tendrils of corruption may be threading through the world's spirit, poisoning it even as we speak. But for corruption to take hold of the planet so quickly requires effort. Effort directed by the will of another. Yurliet pauses. I believe Vistenza Vyat is a thrall in the will of Silanthresh. Design Mori, thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate the support. Welcome. What? Vistenza Vyat? The governor who has duly served the dynasty and the Imperium for decades? Muck von Luck, I hope you will not stand for such scurrilous slander aimed at one of your finest servants. As lamentable as it may be, the Imperium's history knows many cases where even the most steadfast followers of the Creed would turn away from his light. Governor Vyat had to tap into many fonts of knowledge to turn Janus into a prosperous agri-world. Perhaps one of those fonts became her undoing. If Vistenza is to blame, why haven't you gone to the palace and killed her already? There is only one crime greater than serving Silanthresh. It is betraying the children of Assyrian for her benefit. Morren saw the paths, he beheld the future. How could he not see the dark stain on its face? How could he fail to do everything in his power to rid the Lilathan of the canker? Yurliet's voice grows angry, more piercing. Before I rip this poison seed from the Lilathan's body, I will make Morren answer me. Maybe Vistenza is tainted from consulting with the archenemy. We will need to find out for ourselves. Perhaps the signs I uncovered have failed to convince you. I pray to the gods that other proof, something more comprehensible to you, will emerge to sway your opinion. Silanthresh is deceitful and cunning. She subtly penetrates the soul, offering false perfection. luring victims into her web with promises of a wicked ideal. The ruler of the Monkey perhaps does not know that her soul has been corrupted. If we want to meet with the leaders of the uprising, we better keep moving. And we leveled up, so I'm gonna hit quick save. Alright, so let's see, he's got a level. Okay, lots of options here. Level 18, I'm guessing I still can't get Psi rating 2. Wait, I can. What? Oh wait, oh no. Okay, never mind. Okay, so this level you get Orchestrated Firestorm. Select a 3x3 zone on the battlefield. All allies, including the Master Tactician, have line of sight to any enemies inside that zone. Make an immediate attack against a random enemy within the zone that they could target with their weapons. We can use this as a heroic act or desperate measure. Anyway. What did you find the Bard? I'm trying to become the Bard. Lol. Alright, so you don't get much of a choice at this level, I guess. Alright, she gets Taken Hold. Choose a combat area. Every ally inside that area gains an additional turn with 1 AP and 2 MP at the start of the Grand Strategist's next turn. For every enemy that was killed in the selected combat area, the additional AP is increased by 1 and MP increased by 2. The assassin makes an attack with the current weapon against an enemy. This attack cannot miss and does 50% more damage. It also does 25% additional damage based on the target's missing health. The assassin's dodge reduction, armor penetration, and parry reduction are doubled for this attack. Wild Hunt. The bounty hunter simultaneously makes several attacks. The number of the attacks is equal to the number of prey in combat. These attacks are equally divided among all prey in the bounty hunter's line of sight. The attack always hits and always scores some crits. Orchestrated Firestorm again. Unyielding Guard. Until the next turn, the Vanguard attacks each enemy that attacks the Vanguard's allies in a 3-cell radius around them. Additionally, until the next turn, the Vanguard always retaliates when attacked. Okay. Well, fast level up because I didn't really get much options there. Sog Koreshi says, what game is this? This is Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. A classic RPG by Owlcat Games. We got 2 traps here. Same company that made Pathfinder Kingmaker and Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous released this game a week or 2 ago.
I better myself through my service.
Xenos lore.
I have failed my
This
king.
massive statue, knocked over by an unknown force sometime in the distant past, had almost disappeared under the green canopy of the jungle. A giant ravenous creature whose hide is pierced with spikes and spines. The skin around the growths is inflamed, as if the protuberances have appeared recently, causing the creature pain. Portal? It's an Alluvian! Wait. We came to talk! The man being in a fine long garment turns to you, their face hidden behind the blank visor of their helmet. When they begin to speak, even from a distance, you feel the air around the figure grow cold. Monkey, you should not be here. Yearlyette strides forward, her eyes flashing. Moiran, I am calling you to account. You said that the great danger threatening the Lylathan lurked in the hearts of the Monkey, in their greed and ignorance, and all the while another enemy was looming over this world. An enemy whose tracks you should have seen in things to come. Silent Thresh, she who thirsts, is threatening this world, and you hid it from us. Answer me, did you or did you not behold our greatest foe in the Lylathan's future? Did you lie to me? After Yurliet's words, the two tall Eldari behind Moron start moving. One looks around at the leader, while the other lets out a cry, muffled under his visor. The rebel beside you cringes, as though the Eldari's speech causes him pain. He strains to say something, but Moron makes an imperious gesture, and the soldier meekly straightens up and salutes, staring at the Xenos with slavish devotion. The robed figure inclines her head, and then they begin to speak. Yurliet the outcast, you left the path that was set out for you. You brought unknown monkey to our refuge, and now you speak to me with unseemly anger. Your long wanderings far from Kruderok have altered your mind and tainted your sight. Say nothing. My wanderings are the path I have chosen for myself. Far from the walls of Kruderok, I have seen and come to know things that no other Eldari could hidden away in a craft's world their entire life. Why do you deny my words about Silent Thresh? Is it because you were lying to me and my kin when you showed us the true path? The Elentok was the first person to discover the coming of Silent Thresh, one of those whom the Monkey called Chaos Gods. Without him, I would still be deceived by your words about destiny and the true future. Monkey revealing paths. Ludicrous. Monkey bring pain and strife, in our time and in all time. How can you trust a Monkey after what we taught you, after hearing the sorrowful song of the dying world? Moran turns his head toward you. It was not chance that brought Kruderok down. Monkey destroyed our ancient home, stripped us of our defenses, doomed us to wander amidst the cold stars. The colors of these Xenos are painful to behold, but there is just as much pain in their hearts. Or could it be fear, despair? I cannot tell. The hues are too strange, too... Ah! Cassia flinches and a trickle of blood runs down her cheek. Is her eye bleeding? Evening people. Hey, Hamza. I am sorry to hear that your home was destroyed, but I wasn't there and I know nothing of this calamity. He gazes at you intently. If those words had come from an Eldari, I would have believed them. But you are merely a monkey, a plaything of your own passions. Any emotion that takes hold of your soul can drive out all trace of reason and honor. You are playing with words and avoiding the question. Notes of desperation and rage are creeping into Yurliet's voice now. The Lylathan is under threat from our eternal foe, and yet you're more concerned about the presence of the Elentok than the corruption that is flowing through the veins of this world. Did you never consider that your war might be hastening Silent Thresh's triumph? Perhaps the ruler's servants, in their efforts to protect her, will resort to more and more instruments of corruption. Moron leans down over Yurliet, his tone menacing. You left Kruderok in our darkest hour to gratify your ego. You came to us on the Lylathan, and I accepted you as one of our own. I even gave you a real purpose, Yurliet the outcast, and you dare to insult me? A Farseer? It was a mistake to let you into our circle. You have turned our efforts to survive into dust with your own hands. I am a child of the Asuryan, Warren, not a plaything in the cold hands of fate which you claim speaks through your mouth. My choice of path is no worse than yours or any other Eldaris, and my path calls me to fight our true enemies, not eradicate the Monkey. If it comes to it, I will stand with them, for this Elentok can see what you are blind to, Farseer. Yurliet's eyes are alright with fury. She pointedly lays her hand on her weapon, looking away from the Farseer. Yo, I feel like, you know that situation where like the girlfriend gets a new boyfriend and then she's talking to the old boyfriend and he's jacked and she's like, oh yeah? Well, my new boyfriend could beat you up, and you're just like, yo, what? I just met her. I don't even do that. I don't know. Like, that's the situation she's putting me in right now. My duty is to protect my worlds and my vassals. If Janus is being threatened by the archenemy, I will fight to the end. The words of a creature who is ruled by momentary whims. There's nothing you can do to make me believe in the strength of your convictions. You speak of the strength of one's convictions, moron. You claim it is your destiny to protect your kin, so then what happened to the Eldari you sent to the Monkey ruler before me? The Eldari whose skull is now kept as a monkey trinket. That was the previous envoy you sent, wasn't it? Oh, was it? Don't I have that on my desk? I'm pretty sure I'm using that as a decoration. Did you see the same fate for me in your visions? His fate was to serve Krudarok, the spirit of our crafts world that keeps the Asyriani alive. Your destiny is to do the same, Yirliet the Outcast, as long as you aren't planning to transgress our laws again. Nod at the rebels. What have you done to these people? They believe you are their commanders? The Monkey believe they are serving fellow members of their tribe, their wise and noble chiefs. My gift is potent enough to ensure that the Monkey hiding in these forests see us as humans rather than children of the Assyria, and see your primitive structures rather than the traces of our kind. If this world is in serious danger, there is no sense in fighting each other. Let us deal with our common enemy together. The name of that danger is Monkey, and I will see to it that the Lylathan is purged of those defiling her face. Then again, there is one way to prove to me that the Monkey truly do care about the well-being of their captured world. Eliminate the ruler of the Monkey sojourning on the Lylathan and relinquish the governing of this world to me and my kin. The Lylathan herself will stand as surety for our agreement, as will our compatriots who live it, and the profit that you gain by tilling the maiden world. Moiran tilts his head to the side. Our human helpers will replace the leaders of the Monkey. We will be the ones who govern Lylathan from the shadows. Putting a Xenos at the head of an Imperial planet is suicide. It is not my intention to have my brothers and sisters sit on the council, Monkey. That role will be played by humans. You may choose whomever you wish for this task, as long as they remember who stands behind them and heed our direction. Moiran says nothing for a few moments, then adds mockingly. I suppose my demands can be considered a gift for the likes of you. You could not wish for anything better than Eldari stewards to rule over Monkey without bloodshed. Reading my options. Address Yirliet. I can't convince your kinsmen, but I know you are on my side. Will you help me save the Lylathan from the true enemy? Yirliet seems to freeze for a moment, and then she turns sharply to Moiran. Throughout all the cycles that I've wandered amidst the stars, I was sure of one thing. Fate can be changed. Cling to your faith, Farseer, but I refuse to follow a blind man who is dooming his kin to a false hunt. I'm going off on my own path, with the Elentok. Moiran's voice rumbles like distant thunder. You will not defy your masters and betray the customs of Krudarok again, outcast. Stop treating my path as if it were a curse. Yirliet's voice rings out, and barely suppressed rage dawns in her eyes. My path is not a mark of disgrace. It was what saved me from dying along with Krudarok, a death it was doomed to suffer by your empty predictions. You foolish wretch, you have exceeded my patience. Your path ends here and now.
Oh, another annoyance.
Witless monkey.
Alright, so we've got a turn where we can dive behind cover here. Alright, I'm gonna hit quick save. Alright, so this area to be the front
If it
line.
serves your cause.
Set this area
I
to be
am
the
not
rear.
your Xenos pet, monkey.
That can be backline.
Another soul slips beyond the veil.